Today is Sunday, November 24th, 2024. We are in the Lafayette Place hiker parking, and it's a little bit before 1 o'clock. There's actually quite a few cars here. We're going to go up and take a look at going up to Cannon via High Cannon today, carrying spikes and snowshoes. It looked like the summit of Cannon was socked in, but that's okay. Just going out to see what things are like. It's not as windy as they were saying it was going to be, and it's not precipitating and hasn't precipitated all day so far, really. So we'll see how it goes. All right, and we're off. We're about 0.8 of a mile up right now on High Cannon. There's probably 5 inches of snow, maybe. A couple people have already been out ahead of us, bare booting, and we're kind of going with that trend. I think if I were the first person on trail, I would have had snowshoes on for this, but they did a lot of the hard work already, so there it is. A little bit of clearing across the way. I don't think we'll have a view of Lafayette Summit, but we should have the Agony Ridge area might be clear. We are now at the junction with the Dodge Cutoff, which goes up that way to Lonesome Lake, and that is where everybody turned. So High Cannon is another, I think it's 1.2 miles, according to the sign, which seems about right. I'm a little over 9/10 right now. And as you can see, nice clean trail. So we are putting on our snowshoes. And now we can use our televators. So it's all good. This is good. I think a lot of the steep climb was up to that point also. So we're going to have a little bit of less steep climbing now, and then some scrambling over some rock with the view out, possibly, unless it's socked in. And then some more kind of gentle climbing, the ladder, and then some more gentle climbing. But that's kind of slabby. That could be not great. All right. It's beautiful. And we have the trail to ourselves. We are up at a little peak out on High Cannon now. Scar Ridge is over here. And I'm a little bit, maybe you can hold this. Shining Rock is, can you go over that way? No, like, yeah, I want to see like Franconia.
Around the corner here?
Yeah. Can you see Shining Rock now?
Yes.
Okay, so that's at the bottom of
Right
Little
inside of
Haystack.
the screen here.
Yeah, so Franconia Ridge is all socked in. It looks like Tecumseh is not, though. And the Osceolas are. Scar Ridge is clear. We have a little bit of sunlight, so who knows? This might be the best we get. But we should also have a view down. Lonesome Lake is going to be kind of behind us here. We should have a view once we're up on the ledges. This is where we are. One guy was coming down wearing spikes. It's quite bony, but it's also quite deep. We already had our snowshoes on. We're going to keep them on for the climb and probably wear spikes on the way down. All right. Okay, we just came up the ladder, and then this would be our view out. Nothing, but not anything special. All right, hopefully now it will be a little faster. That was really slow going with snowshoes on because there's a lot of snow, but there's also a lot of big rock. All right, next thing should be a view down to Lonesome Lake. This is a view of Lonesome Lake just from on the trail, because normally we pop out on a ledge. There's another one, I think there's 2 along the stretch up here, but they're like very steep drop-offs of 100 feet or more. I don't know. You don't want to fall down that. So we're gonna just take a look. There it is. It's not iced in yet. It was 32 degrees at the car. And parked basically right on a highway right, probably down in this area. Okay, there you have it, Lonesome Lake through the trees. Okay, we made it up here, but socked in. So we're not going to climb up it because there's no view right now. And we do still have our snowshoes on. I believe there's a summit marker in here somewhere. Okay. So the trail, the Kinsman Ridge Trail, the section that we just took coming up, was much less snow on it than High Cannon. High Cannon had a ton of snow. And it's not that it was more consolidated, it just had less snow. So snowshoes were not really necessary there, and it had more traffic also. High Cannon, we saw 3 people descending it, none of them had snowshoes. And in my opinion, they really needed them at the top. But if you are comfortable in going above your boots in snow, then have at it. But I just think not the right choice. Anyway, so we are keeping ours on now. We're gonna take them off though before we get to the ladder. Not sure where, but that way climbing through all those rocks will go much faster. And we've already been through there with our snowshoes, so it's kind of packed down a little bit now. So there you have it. It's a little frosty up here. Okay. Cannon. It's 4 o'clock, and we're where we call the spider tree. I don't know what else. I think other people call it that too. I don't know. Which I think is about 0.9. No, maybe 1. I think the Dodge cutoff was 0.9, wasn't it? So we're less than a mile from the car. It's 4 o'clock. The sun sets sometime around 4:30. We're making pretty good time. We took our snowshoes off above the ladder and put on spikes, our old crappy spikes. Everything's unconsolidated. And we're making much better time than we did coming up because we had our snowshoes on through all of that rock stuff. You have to kind of scramble through. It's on the flats, but it's a pain. Oh, look. There's the cutoff. All right. So, Dodge cutoff would take you over to Lonesome Lake. It's ups and downs. It's not just like a flat trail over. And we are taking High Cannon, which is going to junction with Lonesome Lake Trail. I think it's like 0.2 from the car. There's one little water crossing on here, which is a non-issue. It's generally a non-issue. It can be quite icy though, but there are rocks. All right. So, successful hike. We kind of hemmed and hawed about whether to go out today. The wind was super high last night. And in the morning, it was like whipping all the trees around. I was, down at the highway level. It was really crazy. And we had an appointment this morning. Anyway, so we kind of had planned not to hike, but I'm glad we did. Only saw those 3 hikers that were descending. Very quiet day. It is 4:37, and we are arriving back. Have to cross this road in the Lafayette Place campground 3 times. Parking area is over here. We just saw a couple heading up to the Lonesome Lake Hut, and we passed a couple on the way out that we had seen earlier. They're almost back. All right, we did it.